Hi guys, welcome to Links our YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I am your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video I will tell you how to work with AWS DataSync services. So guys, let's begin the topic. But before start the lab session, we have to understand few points, which is what is DataSync services and its use cases. So as you can see me in my screen, AWS DataSync is an online data transfer service that simplifies, automates and accelerates moving data between storage system and the services. DataSync can copy to and from data between on-premises and AWS storage services. Even you can transfer data between cloud storage and the AWS services also, like Amazon S3 to EFS system and many more. So in short, with the help of DataSync service, we can easily transfer data to and from AWS up to 10 times faster than open source tool. And one thing we have to be remember, DataSync is an agent-based service. So let's begin the lab session and we'll see how the DataSync is useful for the cloud admin. Here I'm going to demonstrate you how we can transfer the data from S3 to EFS under AWS platform. So as you can see, let me log into my console. Yep, here is my console. Let me reload it. So you can see this is my AWS console, and currently I am in Mumbai region, and currently there is no EC2 instance in running condition, or even if we have don't any EC2 instance in stop or terminate condition. So let's talk about what the step we are going to follow for the copying S3 object data into the EFS storage using DataSync services, right? So here I have a file where I have mentioned step line by line. So let's follow the sequence. Step for AWS DataSync. What we are going to do? First step, what we are going to do, we are here make a S3 bucket with some data object. Then we have to create a security group with allow few ports like SSH, STP, HTTPS, NFS, and the default VPC or your own custom VPC. So here I will go with my own default VPC. Even if you have your own VPC, you can go with that one. Then in the third step, we have to create a one IAM programmative access user with the administrative access for generating DataSync AMI ID. Then step number 4, we have to launch first EC2 instance with our own custom security group and configure AWS CLI to get data agent AMI ID, because I told you DataSync is agent based environment. So we need to have a special agent AMI ID. For this, we have to launch first EC2 instance, and we can go follow with this command AWS SSM get parameter. So this command will show you in the documentation also. During the lab demonstration I will show you where this command is mentioned, and in the last we can mention our region name. So it will generate the AMI ID. Using this AMI ID we can launch our another EC2 instance which is based on DataSync AMI ID under our own security group. Then in the next step we will launch EFS services with custom subnets and under our own security group. And then finally we will configure the DataSync agent and then configure the DataSync tasks, and let's start the tasks to move the data from my S3 bucket to EFS by using start DataSync task services. And then finally what we will do, we will take the console of first EC2 instance and ANC instance and mount EFS file system and check DataSync works or not. So finally these 8 steps we have to do. So let's start one by one before wasting the time. Start with the make S3 bucket with some data object. So let's start S3 here. So right click from S3, open a new tab and simple make S3 bucket with some files and folders, whatever you wanna object upload. So bucket name I said Linux Google 123 should be unique. This is in Asia Pacific Mumbai region, and let me enable publicly all for publicly allow access. I acknowledged rest of the setting things. I'm going with the default one. So create a bucket. Okay, name is already there, is already exist. Linux Google demo 123. Let me check. I think they should be, might be it is available. Yep, it's there. Click on the view detail and let me upload something. So for uploading, what I'm going to do, I'll make a file, say index.txt file, write down something. Hi, this is demo web page, save, and let me upload this one. So upload, say add file, say index.txt, add one more. I'll go to my pick folder. Here it is Linux pick. Okay, save and quit, upload. So I just uploaded 2 files for the testing purpose. So now currently I have done successfully my first step, which is create S3 bucket with some data object. So here I have my S3 bucket, which is Linux, Google demo 1 to 3 with few data object, that is index and linux.png. Okay, now move to the second one, that is create a security group with allow few ports like SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, NFS for the EFS services. So how we can do that? Go back again with EC2 dashboard. Under EC2 dashboard we have a security group option here. So currently you can see that there is only one, that is a default one. I'm going to create one more security group. Click on the security group, give the name, say anything. I'm going to go with the name, say demo security group. Description for DataSync. Okay, I will go with my default VPC. Otherwise, if you have your own VPC, you can select it here. Add rule, go one by one. First of all, I start with SSH for connectivity purpose. So let's connect with SSH. Go with the default CIDR block. Again, go with one more HTTP for the port number 80. So custom. Again, go with the default 01. Then I can go, if you have HTTPS, you can select HTTPS 443, port number 443, and then do not forget to use NFS services for EFS file system. So I'll go for Elastic File System, ENFS services, network file system here. That's sufficient for me. I can save it. No need to think about outbound rule. By default it's allowed. So no need to think about it. Yep, security group successfully created. Even I can refresh it. Now you can see there is 2 security group. Okay. Now move to the third part, which is create one IAM programmative access user with administrative access for generating DataSync AMI ID. Okay. How we can do that? Remove S3, go with IAM console, right click, open a new tab. I'll move here and just follow the simple method, create user and create a simple user. So let's go with one by one. So I'll go on the user tab. So currently there is no user. Let me create a demo user for this one. Go to the next one. Now I need to attach a policy. So what I'm going to do, scroll down, I'm give the administrative access, full permission. So scroll down, say next, scroll down, say create user. Okay, demo user successfully created. Now we can view the user. Now under the security credential, I need to generate the access key. So scroll down, create access key here. Let go for the command line interface because I need to configure under AWS config command mode. Scroll down, select the option, next, description, demo. Next, here I have access key and secret key. Even I can download this .csv file also, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going just only for the demonstration purpose. So I'm opening a new tab file here, notepad. This is my access key, and then I'll copy my secret key and access key both. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'll say done. Are you sure to continue without downloading? Yes, continue. So here I have successfully created one user, name is demo, and currently you can see that it's the permission, we have a administrative access. Okay, now go to the third part. Third step says launch your first EC2 instance with your custom security group and configure AWS CLI to get the data agent AMI ID for DataSync services using the following command. So let me launch first EC2 instance. So click on the instance. Currently there is no running instance. Click on the launch instance and give the first name, say first EC1. Okay, scroll down. I'll go with the AWS Amazon Linux machine. You can go with anyone, but AWS CLI should be pre-configured here. I go with the default key. Demo is available in my machine. You can generate a new key pair and scroll down and go to the edit option. You can select the subnet, whatever subnet you want. You can go with 1A, 1B or 1C. So I didn't do that anything. I'm going to select my existing group and I go with the default one, that is 1A, I think so, but let me check. Here I select my demo security group and just simply create a launch instance. So now successfully I create one EC2 instance launch, which is the default one, and it is currently in pending condition. So until it is going to be in active condition, let me show you DataSync services. So what I need to do, I have to mention here DataSync. So if I type DataSync, here is data synchronization. So let me open a new tab. Let's see what DataSync says. So DataSync is an online data transfer service that simplifies, automates, and accelerates moving data between on-premises storage system and AWS. So choose the data transfer you want to set up between on-premises to storage to AWS or between AWS storage services. So currently in my scenario, I am using the AWS storage services, which is both are available in the AWS platform, that is S3 and EFS, but you can go with the on-premises also. So I go with the AWS storage services, get started, and here you can configure the source option and destination option. But what I'm going to do, I'll show you first of all, if I go to have to configure the agent, because this is the agent based environment. So you can click on the agent and you can select deploy agent. Either you can go with VMware or Microsoft Hyper-V or KVM and Amazon EC2 instance. So I'm using Amazon EC2 instance, and for the Amazon EC2 instance I need AMI ID where I have deployed my agent. So you can click on the learn more and you can get the command from here which AMI ID we can use to using as a data agent. So if you can scroll down, use the following CLI command to get latest DataSync Amazon ID for the specified region. So this is the complete command and you have to mention your own region here. So once you mention your own region, just like US East 1 or whatever the region, currently I'm using Mumbai region, so I'm using AP South 1, we got something AMI ID here. So we can put up this AMI ID and launch another EC2 instance which acting as a data agent, AWS Sync data agent, through which we can start communication between different services like S3 and EFS services. So this is the same command which I mentioned in my notepad file. Look at that. So here's the way through which we can get the idea, right? So go back again. I think it is successfully running condition. Yep, it is there. And now we can take the console. So click on this one, click to the connect and scroll down, click to the connect here. So now should be able to access. This is the public ID, this is the private IP. Yep, I am here. Sudo su-i. So first command is I need to configure AWS config command. GURE configure, give the access key. So I have copy that access key, right click copy. Oh, sorry, I have cut. Copy that one, right click paste. Then I need to secret key, select entire one. So let me copy one more time, right click paste. Then default region AP South 1, currently I'm in Mumbai region. Output format, go with the default one. That's it. Now I need to AMI ID, so I have to run this entire command from here. Or what you will do, you can go with this one and you can copy the same command, but you have to replace region here, right? So I am right click and paste here, and region is AP-South-1. So once I press enter, yep, this thing I need to require. This is the AMI ID which I'm looking for, right? So this AMI ID acting as a deploy DataSync agent, right? So let me copy this AMI ID from here and now move to the next step. What is the next step? Next step is launch second EC2 instance based on DataSync AMI ID under your own security group, right? So let me launch one more. Click on the same sequence, say DataSync agent. I give the name data sync agent, right? And scroll down. Now browse your AMI ID and let me go to paste the AMI ID, whatever I getting from there. Let me paste here and press enter. So you can find out under your community AMI, or there is only one AMI ID which match with verified through AWS. So AWS DataSync AMI ID, I can go with this one, right? Select that one. Now once you select, you can go scroll down. Rest of the things are same. You can go with the T2 micro, T2 nano as you choose, or if you have a larger data, then you can change the instance type also. Key pair, go with the key pair is the demo. Scroll down, remember the security group, the same security group should be. So I'll go with the demo SG, and you can notice that one thing, if I scroll down, the storage size is 80 GB, right? Earlier by default it's 8 GB if you go with the normal AMI ID, but this is the data synchronized AMI ID, so that's why the storage is more than 8 GB. So now click on the launch instance. So it will take some time to be configured. So scroll down, view all instance. So it will take some time. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Let it be complete first. Okay. Now what we need to do, we have to move to the next step. Let's see what is the next step. Next step is we have to launch EFS services with the custom subnet under your own security group, right? So move to the sixth step, and you can see that currently I am using both. So by default my both instance launch in AP South 1A. So if it is in different subnet group, so once we configure EFS, we have to configure on both, on all A as well as B or as well as C, all subnet. But if now currently you can see that my instance, both instance launch in the same availability zone, that is 1A. So I'll go with the 1A. So what we need to do, let's create EFS. So here I am, right click, open new tab, EFS. So elastic file system is there, create file system. Currently it is totally blank, so I say demo EFS. I go with the multiple edge environment, go with the default VPC. So now file system is going to be created. Again, it will take some time. If I try to open my file system, and if I go scroll down and go to the network, so you can find out this is the predefined environment with the EFS. Whenever you're going to configure the EFS, it will take all availability zones, so 1A, 1B, 1C. So once it's going to be successfully created, when the replica is ready, what we need to do, we have to use only our own subnet own availability zone, that is AP South 1A, and we can remove rest of the thing like 1B and 1C, and we can use the own security group. Currently once it's successfully launched, it will go with the default one. So just wait for a couple of minutes, let it be launch here instance also, as well as currently it is in initialize condition. Okay, and now if I go to the EFS, let's see, still creating. So just wait for a couple of minutes, let it be complete first. Refresh, still taking some time. Okay, just wait for a couple of minutes, then we can move to the our next step, which is configure DataSync agent and then configure DataSync tasks, right? So let it be complete the 6 number step first, then we'll move to the next one, creating. Okay, just wait. Yep, see, 1A, 1B, 1C are all available. So what I can do, I can go with the manage, and I don't require 1B, 1C, so I can remove 1B and 1C because my instance are launching successfully in 1A, so I go with 1A. And this is the default security group. I need to remove this one, and I'll go with my own demo SG, right? Save it, and now we can successfully save. So you can see now if I refresh, it still is going to be deleting, and it will take some time. I have only one AP South 1A with currently it is available, right? So now as per our documentation, what I have mentioned here, we have done successfully 6 number part, launch our EFS services with custom subnets and under our own security group. Now move to the final, which is important, that is DataSync. Now we have to configure the DataSync agent first because it's a agent based services, and then we have to configure the DataSync tasks, and then we have to start moving data from S3 to EFS. That means we have to configure the source part as well as the destination part. So in our case, source part is Amazon S3 and the destination part is EFS file system, right? So how we can do that? It's easy. First of all, let it be clear. Yep, see, currently only one is there. So go with the DataSync here. Let me again go with the final tasks here. So you can see currently I don't have any tasks. Currently I don't have any source location, destination location, and currently I don't have any agent. Okay, so let's start with the agent first. So I'm going to the create agent. So now you can deploy your agent either on VMware ESX server or KVM or Hyper-V, or you can go with the EC2. So currently I'm going with the EC2, so I'm selecting my EC2. AMI ID I have already taken, I have already launched the endpoint. So I am going to public service endpoint in Asia Pacific Mumbai. My instance is there, or other if you have a different VPC private link, you can go with the VPC endpoint with the private link. So currently I'm using the Mumbai region, so I'll go with that one. And now I need the activation key. So activation key, automatically get the activation key from your agent and manually enter your agent activation key. So I'm going with the automatic function. So I have to select here, give the public IP. So public IP should be your agent instance public IP. So I go over there and let it be refreshed for should be in active and running condition. So I select my DataSync instance and I need to copy this public IP, and I'll go back on my DataSync option. I paste it here and get the key. So it will take some time and it will generate your key ID. Let it be checked. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Due to any reason, if it is not generating, we don't have to panic anything. We have to just wait. See, it successfully retrieved the activation key from the agent. So I can copy this one for my future purpose point of view, and I am saving in the my next point here. So this is the agent activation key ID, and this is the agent ID, agent address, right? Now give the agent name. So I'm going with the demo agent, AGENT. This is the demo agent, and scroll down. You want to give some tag, you can give the tag. I'm going to with the optional one, create agent. So my agent is successfully created. It is in the service endpoint is publicly Asia Pacific Mumbai, and currently it is in online condition. But if I scroll down here, currently I don't have any tasks. What is the meaning of tasks? Tasks are configured for data transfer and synchronized between two locations, right? So that is the important part we have to discuss. And if we have to going to be configured here, and the agents are the very important part. The agent is basically used for the communication between different types of environment. So what we need to do, I need to open this one, and then we have to go create the tasks here. You can create a task from here, you can create the task from here, choice up to you. So I'll go with the create tasks, and I have to define the location, source location as well as the destination location. So new location or the existing location. If you have the existing one, you can go with the existing, but currently I don't have any existing one. I'm going to start from scratch. So create a new location, location type. So what is your source path? From where you want to copy the data, from S3 to EFS or EFS to S3? So I'm going with the Amazon S3 bucket. My data is in Amazon S3 bucket. This is in AP South, and select the bucket name. So Linux Google Demo 123, and class will be standard class, and folder, if you want to go with any prefix, you can go with the prefix. And I need a IAM role for synchronized for copying the data from one service to another service. So either you can make your own IAM role, or you can click on auto generate. So I clicking on auto generate, it will create automatically role. You will see role is successfully generated, and now you can go with the next. Now destination, what will be your destination, where data will be copied from S3? So I need to define the destination also. I'll go with the NFS file system. EFS is based on NFS, so I can go with the NFS. NFS is again on the Asia Pacific Mumbai region. Agent, now here's the importance of agent. That's why we have to configure the agent. So I can select my demo agent and select the NFS server IP address. So I'll go to the EFS file system, and this is the IP address which I required. So I right click, copy from here, and go back on the data sync here, right click and paste, and mount point, I go with the slash. Okay, and additional settings. Under the additional setting, you can select the NFS version. You can go 3, 4, 1, or go with the automatically. It's the latest one. So I go with the automatically the latest one, and say next. Now task name. So again I mentioned demo tasks, and verify the data. Only the data is transferred. So you can go with the different options are there. So I go with the default one, and scroll down. Go with the rest of the scroll down. Schedule, you can schedule your tasks whenever you want to schedule it automatically or manually. And log group, you want to generate the log. So again you can have to generate the log file. So log will be stored in /AWS DataSync under the log watch group. I will show you. So click on the next, and here's the summary of this thing, and I think everything is fine. So I'll go to the scroll down, create tasks. Let's see. So now tasks is available, and I can close this one. Okay, so now it's available, and the source location ID is there, Amazon S3, the destination ID is there, NFS file system, and the source bucket S3 bucket, server is agent ID is this, IAM role is this. You can check each and everything here. So if I go on the IAM role, let me check what is the role is successfully created by automatically generating the poll generated. So you can see it will generate the, let me check. Yep, here it is. And under the AWS DataSync bus bucket access, and it is a customer managed policy, right? So you can read it, you can view that, and you want to modify something, you can manage and modifying also here. So these are the policy which is automatically generated, right? Like delete object, get object, list object, and put object. Okay. So now everything is fine, successfully fine. Let me go back on the data sync. So let me check what we need to do. Configure data sync agent, and then configure data sync tasks we have done, and then we have to let's start the move data from S3 to EFS by start data sync task services. So we didn't start it right now. Unless I'm not going to start, it will not automatically start, right? So what we need to do, let me reload first the entire page, and then we can select our tasks, the demo tasks, and go to the action and start tasks. You can start by the overriding option, add it, delete, something like that. So I'm going to start it first. Once I'm going to start it, so it's in running condition. So now this time what happened in the background side, whatever the data is available in my S3 bucket, this is the data is currently I have only two files. A small data that is in byte will transfer from here to the my EFS file system, right? So if I go over there and my data sync, it takes some time, little bit of second, but if you have a larger data, definitely it will take some time, depend on the data size. So I'm going to scroll up and let me reload it first. So we have to just wait for a couple of minutes and the log will be generated automatically in the CloudWatch. So if I try to open the Talks ID, we will see that. So point is that how we can check its data is successfully copied from my S3 to EFS or not. We have to finally check the take console of my first EC2 instance and we can mount our EFS file system and then check we can data synchronize works or not. But let it be complete first. So once it's going to be complete, let me go back my instance. I'm closing down, close back here, go back on my EC2 instance. Let me select my first EC2 instance, go to connect one more time. Scroll down, sorry. Now let me log in on the EC2 instance with sudo permission, sudo, and first of all let me check yum list nfs utils is installed or not. Yep, it is already installed. And go back on the EFS. I need to attach it first. So click on the attach option. Here you can get the complete path. You can go with this one EFS mount helper, or you can go with the NFS client. So I'm copying this path from here and let me check data sync. It's still in running condition. Let it be refresh. Yep, it's still running. So just wait for a couple of minutes. Till what I'm going to do, let me log the CloudWatch, CLOUD CloudWatch. I will show you the log on the CloudWatch because remember we have auto generated the CloudWatch log. So if I go to the CloudWatch, under the CloudWatch log, we have a log group and here is the log group. So once I click on the log group, you can see that here is the AWS data sync are there, right? So once if I try to open that, logs is successfully here. So it will take some time. See, request started and finished with data status success. So that means it has successfully done. Let me check, it's available. Yeah. Now I'm going back on EC2 instance. I run the same command, but before going to run the same command, let me create EFS folder, mkdir EFS, because if you go with the EFS, this is the mount point, right? We need to create this mount point. Here's the mount point. So I'll create this, the same one EFS. You can go with anyone. It's not a big deal. So once I press enter, the same command, if I go with EFS, you find out files are there. It's automatically under my EFS file system. So guys, this is how you can just transfer your data from your S3 bucket to the EFS using data sync. It's very, very faster and very, very good way to migrate your data from one side to another side. Even think about a scenario. Suppose if I'm going back again in my S3 bucket and I need to upload one more time. It's not automatically updated. That's why you have to schedule it. Suppose I mentioned here one more file, that's pic, right? I copy the pic file and upload it. So now this is the third file, right? You can see that this is the third file. Let me check. So you can see that currently that doesn't mean is pic file is automatically there. What we need to do, I need to go data sync and I need to start one more time. Got it? So I'll go to the start one more time. So once again I'm going to start it, it's in running condition, and then in the next part, next time when it's successfully done, we can check it that the new updates is automatically moved from one source to the other source. That's the reason either you have to manually start it one by one, or you can take the scheduler that every 1 hour or 2 hour or 5 days you can automatically schedule it as your requirement. So similarly, the log watches will be automatically generated a number of time whenever data synchronization will be happen. Look at that. So second log is going to be started. So guys, this is a very, very important topic, and this is the in the term of pricing, and each and everything is available under the documentation. You can go with the what is data sync is there, how it's work, what the pre-requirement, what are the agent permission, what we have a required permission for AWS CLI. So we can also go with AWS data sync read only access and AWS sync full access permission, how to configure AWS CLI to get the AMI ID. Everything is mentioned in the documentation. So I will request you can go with the documentation before going to perform this lab. I just give you the small demonstration, so at least get you an idea how it's actually work in the real-time environment and how it is very, very important for the real-time use. So AWS data is copy data from NFS service, Samba services, Hadoop database file system, object storage, EFS storage, Windows file server, XFS, and many more. So that is very even Azure file system, Google Cloud Storage, AWS no devices. So you can check it before going to configure that one, right? So at least you get the better idea. So this is a small demonstration where you can understand the thing. Okay, this is the way through which is properly configured, right? So guys, let's wait for a couple of minutes, then I'll show you how it is actually copied from one to the another one, right? Let it be complete first, then I'll update you how we can remove that one. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Still working, running. Okay, let me go to the log watch one more time, click on this one, task started. Okay, still taking some time. And guys, as you have created one by one, during the removing process, we have to follow the same process. We can remove in the bottom to top order, 8 number, 7 number, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to remove the all the stuff. So now it's successfully available. I go back EC2 instance here. Again, if I run the LSEFS, see, new data is successfully automatically synchronized. Okay guys, so this is how you can get the idea how it's work data sync services in the AWS platform, and the rest of the documentation is there, so please go through the documentation before configure the AWS data sync option. Finally guys, this is the end of this topic. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out through my social media links which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.